We're in our ballpark. We're at 62 degrees, winds at 15 miles per hour, and that's just about as homey as you can get.
Well, 15 miles per hour, it's been stiff, but it has been gusting. And when it gets gusty, it can be very entertaining. Well, say that a lot. Carry to left field and out to center tonight. A little cut when coming across right field, so you get more carry to the left side, which is pretty much normal. But pop-ups, they're going to be fun.
All right, let's take a look at the A's lineup. A's come in with a record of 38-40, and their lineup is brought to you by your Bay Area Chevrolet dealers. They've lost 2 in a row, and they're an offensive team. It'll be Geloff, Kurtz, and then Langoliers. Tyler Soderstrom is going to be hitting cleanup. Then it's Wilson, Meneses, Bolte. Colby Thomas will hit 8th, and Max Muncy will play 3rd, and he will hit in the 9th spot.
And there you see Robbie Ray, tonight's starter for the Giants. Robbie Ray, technically, in his last outing, a relief pitcher in Atlanta, but 6 1/3 innings with throwing just 94 pitches, and we can't stress that enough. Pitch count has really been a problem for Robbie Ray a lot this year, in that his fastball has not been there with great command, but in his last outing in Atlanta, he had it. And we'll watch that very closely tonight.
The Giants had really an unusual road trip. In the middle of the trip, they had a rain out. Ended up having to finish a game and then play one right afterward, where they won 2 games, but then they got to Florida, and boy, the Marlins just kind of showed them the right way to play the game.
Well, they had the feeling that they kind of beat themselves when they left Florida. As you see Robbie Ray take the hill, let's take a look at his numbers on the year. This is his 15th start. He's 5-6 on the year with a 4.07 ERA. Ray, 6'2", 220-pounder. He's 34 years of age, and he's got 12 years in the big leagues. Lifetime against the A's, 2-3. With a 3.23 ERA. Now let's check out the StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. Robbie Ray, 4-seam fastball. That's his main weapon. Although he started to throw some sinkers now, which is an add-on to his repertoire. The slider, changeup, knuckle curve are all pitches that he's been able to strike guys out with. And we think he's in the best mechanical groove that he's been in all year. And what he did and how he performed against the Atlanta Braves in this last road trip. Let's take a look at the Giants defense playing behind Robbie Ray. It's brought to you by Walk-Up Personal Injury Law. Starting in the Giants outfield from left to right will be Schmidt, Gilbert, and Lee, the best arm in left field. Adames and Chapman on the left side of the infield. Arise and Devers on the right side. Daniel Susac, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
All right, right off the bat, we have a problem. Both are smiling now.
But they definitely have a bet on the game.
Yes. So here we go. A's in town. Giants back home. This is a 6-game homestand. And the Giants are trying to just get something going. They at one point had won 3 in a row. First pitch of the ball game is down low. So we get started at 6:46. Geloff hitting .284. He's been hot, hitting with 11 home runs, 29 driven in. Spanish audio is available on the SAP channel. Well, from up here, I'm already thinking those are looking like strikes, so I can tell I've been off for a week.
Yeah, I'll give you an inning. You'll be fine.
High fly ball to right. Tough Sunfield. And Jung Ho Lee is going to do the right field fly ball dance and put it away.
Well, we've talked about the swirling winds in this ballpark, and we get an example of it on the first batter of the game. And you mentioned the sun. I mean, he's really handicapped with the sun. The fact that it got a little bit high, that was made it a little bit easier, but the wind started tossing him around, and it's going to be like that.
And by the way, that's how this game gets started. And here's Nick Kurtz, who takes a strike. This is the first time that Kurtz has ever faced Robbie Ray. And he had a great year last year, and he's backed it up this year as he swings and pops this one out of play. Doing the honors is Quinn Wolcott behind home plate. DeJesus, Clemens, Johnson from first to third. Johnson's your crew chief. Here's the 0-2. And right away, the crew chief gets to make a call.
Quinn Wolcott, the plate umpire, I like his zone. He's a low ball guy, and he's got and he's a good breaking ball umpire. Meaning he'll give the breakers a chance to.
Go ahead, you can call it.
Got him. He gives the guy's breaking ball a chance to break. He doesn't call it too early. And if he has any consistencies, it's at the belt. But here, just a great slider. This is what Robbie Ray had in Atlanta. All of his specialty pitches were quick. And again, good fastball command.
Here's Langoliers. He's got 19 home runs, just like his teammate Nick Kurtz. I mean, there's no secret that the ballpark in Sacramento with the heat is really a good ballpark to hit in. And that's definitely not to take any away from some of the numbers that these A's players have, because they're doing it on the road too.
Let's see what Langoliers does against left-handed pitching.
So 3-0.
And he will be swinging. 3-0.
And he takes a bit high. So the first base runner in the game is a walk.
And Robbie Ray is going to take a walk. I mean, those are 4 fastballs and 3 of them really not close, up and away. And it's when he struggles, that's what he does with the fastball. And he's not happy with that 4-pitch sequence.
Soderstrom out of play. "13 home runs, 41 driven in for the A's left fielder. Good all-around player, really good defensively. And it's low and away to even the count. Well, pretty night. I mean, the bay with a perfect color blue. Same spot, 2 balls and 1 strike. See Devers on top. Major league leaders in doubles. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
Slider is a very hard pitch to see when there's glare on the batter eye in center field. You don't pick up the spin.
Got him. High fastball, 2 strikeouts. Giants are coming up.
I just bought a car from
Top of the first, so here come the Giants, and their lineup is brought to you by your Bay Area Chevrolet dealers. It'll be Arise, Eldridge, and Schmidt 320, 298, 296. Not a bad first three. Devers, Lee, and Adames. Chapman will hit 7th. Gilbert 8th, and Susac 9th.
On the hill tonight for the Athletics will be the right-hander, Aaron Savali. Savali making his 13th start of the year. He's 6-3 on the year with a 4.91 ERA. Lifetime against the Giants, he has been very, very good. In fact, he's never been beaten. He's 4-0 on a lifetime.
Arise hitting 320. And it looked like he was taking all the way, and he takes a strike. Arise taking a peek at Muncy to see where he's playing. He's got a couple of doubles and a home run in 26 at bats against Savali. Fun to watch this kid. How's this one off of his foot?
Ouch. It's going to take a while to walk that one off.
Yep. There's Gresh.
I mean, you can tell when the ball hits a foot or an ankle or a shin, I mean, where the ball bounces. Now watch where it hits his foot. Right on the top. That's a direct hit. And it's just flame on right there.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's got some protection, but not that low at the top of the shoe. Plus, if you got protection, that also means you probably dinged it, although that doesn't help.
No. But you say, well, how long does it take to walk that off? Well, about an hour, literally. So he's going to be playing uncomfortably here for the next 4 or 5 innings. Meanwhile, as I say that, my partner's rubbing his shin bone.
I was going to say it, an hour. Yeah.
Better make that 50 years.
Yep. Still there. 1-2. It's up high. That's about as high a velocity as you're going to see from Savali.
Savali's a guy that wants to pitch to contact. He wants to take the sting out of your at bat, put it in play. Cutter right at the belt, almost hit him. Yeah, I'm thinking when the guy hits the ball off his ankle or his foot or his shin, I mean, you want to come back inside. There's the one thing he doesn't want to do. He doesn't want to hit a ball off himself again, but you don't want to hit him with it.
3-2. Out of play.
Savali's no baby. He's 31 years of age in his 7th year at the big league level. Big guy, 6'1", 250.
Hit to left. It'll be Soderstrom backpedaling.
All right, let's take a look at the StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud on Aaron Savali. Cutter, curveball, sinker, four-seamer, splitters, slider, and he'll throw anything, anytime. The cutter is his #1 weapon. He throws that over 35% of the time. It'll average around 88 miles per hour on the velocity. As Kife said, you don't see much velocity beyond 893.
That's a strike to Eldridge.
893 is usually when he has a wind at his back, but he can pitch. I mean, he'll upset your timing. That's what he's trying to do. And again, perfect 4-0 lifetime against the Giants.
Eldridge had a couple of at-bats against Savali in Sacramento. It was probably 6 weeks or so ago, and he was 0 for 2. Now falls behind 1-2.
Better to see that on a first strike pitch than a 2-strike pitch. Last 19 games, Eldridge 375 average, tearing it up.
Got him to chase.
Let's check out that A's defense. It's brought to you by Whatcom Personal Injury Law. It ranks second in the American League. Tyler Soderstrom, Henry Bolte, Colby Thomas. That's your outfield. The best arm in center field. It's a good one with Bolte. Wilson, Muncy on the left side of the infield. Geloff and Kurtz on the right side. And Shea Langoliers, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
Here's Schmidt. Schmidt comes in 8th in the National League in hitting. That's at a 296 clip. He's got 16 home runs. Big swing, and it's now 0-2.
Saw the numbers for Schmidt. I mean, that's strong all-star consideration.
It really is.
Man, he's on fire. He's had a good week.
Watches that one in the dirt. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pop-up, playable for Kurtz, and that'll do it. So, fly ball, strikeout, pop-up, 2nd inning coming up.
You buy Stanford Healthcare.
No score here at Oracle Park. It'll be Jacob Wilson to lead things off. Remember, anything about Jacob Wilson is he loves that first pitch. As I just said, it's 0-1.
Good scout report.
Yeah, I can remember a few things, but don't ask me for a lot. So next pitch in tight at 93. Meneses on deck. And a fly ball to right, and good placement defensively as John Lee is right there.
Well, send your Giants to the All-Star game in Philadelphia. You can scan the QR code to cast your 2026 MLB All-Star ballot. Go to sfgiants.com/vote. You can vote for your Giants up to 5 times a day.
Here's Joey Meneses. Meneses just recently joined this A's team. He does have, believe it or not, a lifetime home run against Robbie Ray. Selected from AAA Las Vegas prior to Sunday's game. Swinging a foul, and in that game he recorded his first Major League RBI since July 1st of 2024.
He's paid his dues. 13 years in the minor leagues. He has definitely earned the right to be here. And really, he's been all over the world. Professional player.
So he gets it to 3-2. That's going to be out of play down the right field line. with Bolte on deck. And the walk. That's the second issued by Robbie Ray.
And he's going to take a little walk.
Bolte has never faced Robbie Ray. And a bell-tied strike. He had a pretty good series against the Giants in Sacramento. Tops this one right back to where it came from. That's one. And double play. Nice turn by Arise.
This telecast is brought to you by Downtown Subaru of Oakland, home of Pure Pricing. Whether it's online or in person with Pure Price, it's a win-win situation. Visit SubaruofOakland.com.
Rafi Devers stands in a 0-0 ball game. Devers on the first pitch fouls it out of play. Five for 17 on the road trip with a couple of home runs. And he takes that breaking ball down low.
That's not an easy pitch to take. I mean, that thing starts off literally at your waist. And when the break is over, it's down below the strike zone.
And we've seen Rafi Devers rake that pitch at times.
I think he's a good low ball hitter.
Got a pitch and fouls it out of play. He might like to have that one back. Jung-Hoo Lee to follow.
That's right where he wanted to put that fastball. And for Devers, he has seen a lot of those this year. I mean, that has been the scouting report on him early. I mean, things have changed here in the last 3 weeks. He's starting to hit more fastballs and hitting more fastballs up. You get pitch one way, it's up to you to change that.
And he gets it to a full count.
Well, he had a pitch to play with, and that was a perfect pitch. It looked like it was going to be in the strike zone for a long time.
And he gets a little comebacker. And that'll be out number one.
Let's take a look at the Blue Moon bright spot. Highest batting average in team wins this season in the majors. Well, Dylan Dingler with Detroit. Rafaela, Jung-Hoo Lee in the third spot. Casey Smith in the fourth spot. Giants 2 of the top 5 in all the major leagues.
There's Lee. And he takes down low. Nice road trip. 5 for 18. He had a home run. Hits one way out into Triple's alley. I don't think anybody's going to get there. And this one is out of here. The big part of the yard. Jung-Hoo. How about that? He's got an inside the park home run. Now he's got one to the deepest part of this ballpark.
You talk about getting both cheeks into a baseball. That's exactly what he did. That ball jumped off the barrelhead. Home run number 5. And that was pure.
Here's Adames, who takes wide. John, ooh.
This has to be feeling so good for him.
There's a strike to Adames. Willie Adames 7 at-bats lifetime against Zavali, and he's 1 for 7. And a bit off the plate to make it 2-1.
I mean, the type of year that Jung-Hoo Lee is having right now is the type of year he had every year in Korea. I mean, he was the MVP of the league. And he got hurt his first year. Last year he had some injuries. He lasted the whole season. That was the accomplishment. But now, this year, he understands the strength that you need to have in this league. He understands his opponents. He knows his opposing pitchers. He's established. And it really is reflected in his numbers. He's the player that he thought he should be coming to the United States. That 414-foot home run he just hit, this is the longest home run in his career.
Wow. Clipped it perfectly.
He really did. This is a really tough part of the yard to leave earth with. You can spare.
Chopper to third, but it's foul. The ball ended up right in front of the 415.
Foot gets down and watch the elbow drop in the slot. He catches that belt high fastball and he backspins it right over the wall.
Three and two to Willie Adames. He shoots this one into left. Is it going to hang up? It's past the diving Soderstrom. And Willie Adames has got a double. Well, he took a chance, and he almost came up with it.
Well, talk about it. I mean, you've got to go for it, but at some point in time, you realize that it's not to catch the ball, but not to have the ball go beyond you. Big top spinner, kind of jams it with kind of a, I think he expected a little more than what he got with the fly ball. Well, what's that feel like as a player when you get caught in no man's land?
Well, you just hope you can block it. You're right. It'd be like a goalie. Here's Chapman. Chapman's had little success against Zavali. He's 1 for 11. And look, I'm not into negative stats. As a matter of fact, I like to mostly ignore them. This is driven to left and off the very top of the wall. Chapman's got to hurry, and they got him. And Geloff is just going to walk off the field. He got stepped on. You can see the blood. There's more than blood. You can see a lot.
Well, you've been spiked there.
Oh my goodness! You know, I mean, all you got to do is rub the back of your hand and feel how much. And just feel how much padding you have. You don't.
None pad. The right hand comes off the bag, hits the ground, and it gets stepped on with the left foot.
So we're going to get a new second baseman.
Well, we think. We don't know. I mean, he's motivated to say how they did. I mean, he had a 24-game hitting streak coming into tonight. So Jeff McNeil's coming in, and that's a tough way to lose a hit streak.
The negative stat I was going to give you on Chapman, I feel a lot better now, is that did not have a hit on the road trip.
Yeah, he had a hold for 19 going.
So here's Drew Gilbert, 2 out, nobody on, 2 runs in, and Gilbert takes a pitch low and away. Gilbert's trip, not bad. 5 for 17, but 5 for 11 in Miami. And a strike.
Well, one thing that stood out in Miami is he was getting good swings in any count.
He gets just underneath this one. Is Thomas broke back, and now he comes in and he makes the catch. Jung-Hoo Lee, a long home run. And when it goes this far, it's definitely bye-bye, baby.
Well, be part of Jung-Hoo Lee's official cheering section. You can join the Jung-Hoo crew for a game in seats above Triples Alley. Single game tickets are available Friday, Saturday, Sunday games, including weekends against the Braves. sfgiants.com/crew.
Here's Colby Thomas. Thomas hitting .215, couple of home runs. 6 runs batted in. We looked in between innings at that replay again on the injury to Geloff. Thank goodness.
Well, if you're the Braves, you're holding your breath right now, because he could have a break. And with a 24-game hitting streak, it was going to take just about a break to get him out of the lineup.
This is hit out towards right center field. It's hit well, but Jung-Hoo Lee said, no, he dropped it. And Jung-Hoo, who's about as sure-handed as you're going to get, has got himself a 2-base error.
And that's
is that the thrill of victory? Yeah, you need defeat or what?
That's exactly what it is. I mean, he had this all the way, but
you see him put his glove in front of his face?
He catches a little thin on the top of the glove. Didn't get enough pocket on it right there on the thumb. Wow. That's an embarrassing error.
Here's Muncy. Muncy out of play.
And he'll never forget that moment.
You're right. He'll forget the home run before he forgets that.
That's right. But I'll tell you what, it's the beauty of this game. A play like that can happen. And in unison, about 10,000 fathers turned to their young son or daughter and said, see, big leaguers make errors too.
That's true. It's a great example. On the ground and a base hit. Here comes Schmidt, who's got a great arm. It's cut off. So the A's take advantage of the error, and it's 2-1.
Right out there, middle end, just above the knee. And Muncy finds a hole. And that hurts.
So here's McNeil. And he fouls it back. McNeil in the Geloff spot. McNeil's no slouch at the plate. I mean, he's hitting .234, but he's got history where he can hit.
Well, he won a batting title when he was with the Mets. That's about all the credibility you need.
Yeah, that's true. He's 1 for 8 lifetime against Robbie Ray. The one hit, a double.
When you're a pitcher, I mean, you're either pitching for a strikeout, you're pitching for a ground ball, or you're pitching to try and pick up your teammate that makes an error behind you.
Inevitably, you're pitching for something.
And when you have to pick up, or when you are trying to pick up a teammate, I mean, you're really putting everything you can into it. Because if you can protect your teammate after he's made an error, somewhere down the road, I mean, he's going to challenge a wall, or he's going to slide head first on a cold night. I mean, he's going to play hard for you.
Neal got a fastball up and in, and he fouls it straight back.
It's really what this game is all about. I mean, in 162 games, you have a chance to pick your teammate along the road. He's never going to forget it, and he's going to want to pay you back.
Runner goes. They got him picked off. Devers did a heck of a job of. Devers charged that throw from the pitcher.
Well, that's what you have to do. Two things. You have to come and charge it, and you got to get an angle and watch him come into the grass and get an angle to the bag so he's not thrown directly into the runner, and it's a perfect strike to Adames. It's just all technique. I mean, it's one of those things. It's not a big thing, but it is, and it's something you have to learn. And he made that play like he's played first base his whole life.
Yeah, he did. 2-2 to McNeil. Three and two. And a pop-up. Chapman says, I got this one. And he does. And here's Kurtz. Turns out, I mean, the pickoff's a big play, right? There's nobody out, a guy on first. A run in, top of the order coming up.
Huge play. Especially when you get to pitch against this guy with nobody on base.
And Kurtz. I think he'd like to have that one back.
That's exactly what he was looking for. I mean, a guy will go up there in the first pitch and he'll have a plan. You know, I'm going to swing and I'm going to look for one pitch in one place, and he got it and he missed it.
Here's what we're talking about. Take
Watch
a look at this.
The back leg stay balanced through the swing, and he got every bit of his body behind that swing. He was trying to tie the game. I mean, he tries that every swing, but great example of a guy sitting on an off-speed pitch.
See, just a light, slight open stance, but he closes it up. Sharply on the ground, and it's right to the Giants second baseman, and that'll end the inning. An unearned run, and it's 2-1 Giants.
Tree play 23 years ago today. Barry Bonds stole his 500th career base at the bottom of the 11th inning against the Dodgers to become the first member of the 500 club. 500 homers, 500 stolen bases. Bonds then scored the winning run on a Benito Santiago triple off of Eric Gagne. That didn't happen very often. Giants won that game 3-2.
Here's Susak. Giants with a 2-1 lead. Yeah, there comes a point where you can show Barry Bonds highlights every game as far as I'm concerned.
I'd watch.
Susak hitting 278. Cases, it's now 0-2. On the road trip, 1 for 10.
Well, at times he gets a little pull happy, and I think when he hits that home run that he did get in Miami, He crushed the ball to left field, his pull side. I think he got to the left side of the field. His strength is to the right side of the field.
Got him. And when he hit it, I was celebrating.
Me too. I thought it was a 3-runner.
Two strikeouts for Civale. And here's Luis Ariz. Got into a battle on a 3-2 count, hit a fly ball to left field. Eldridge to follow. And it's wide. 1 ball and no strikes. And a breaking ball for a strike.
Got a nice feel of that big curveball tonight.
And a pop-up. Powerful performance brought to you by Xfinity. Last month in Sacramento, Ariz took Civale deep for the first home run of his season, and he launched a 90-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball. One and two. And it's hot. Two pitch, here it is. And we got another battle.
Ooh, he almost fouled one off his foot again. Did you ever do that twice in a game?
You know, I don't think so, Mike, because I think I would have remembered, because I would have probably quit. It would have been my last game.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
High and out of play. This is what happened in the first inning.
Right off the top of his front foot. Oh. Well, you can see how he left the box. It wasn't feeling good.
Pokes at this one to stay alive.
We saw Hector Sanchez, who was a really popular player here, good catcher. He hit himself off the right shin bone twice in the same at bat, and they had to almost carry him off the field. Same at bat.
Ouch. Look out. It's 3-2.
Trying to go inside. You're not trying to move his feet here, but it's what he did.
Line drive, base hit.
It's a great at bat. And we've said that a lot about him this year. And he is fearless at 2 strike counts. Could care less. Just so confident in his ability to put the barrel head on the ball. This is right across the letters, right back where it came from.
Eldridge struck out in the first. Giants now with 4 hits in this game. Eldridge takes wide. Off his foot.
Well, it's an example of how every pitch sets something up. I mean, the first pitch was a fastball away with movement away. It was a ball, but it sets up the inside pitch. And that's exactly where he came back to with a fastball with a different movement on it. Just subtle from a 2-seam fastball to open it up with to a 4-seam fastball in the hands. And he got in there easily. He didn't have high velocity either.
I think what Eldridge will find out, Mike, and he may have witnessed it in Miami. He's 1 for 11 in Miami, but the more he plays, the more people have a chance to try to figure him out.
Well, his last 19 games, he's hit 375. So, I mean, he's definitely the talk of the clubhouse when the Giants are playing a team. Good pitch, good take. Every hitter's a puzzle. Every pitcher's a puzzle. And that's the beauty of when you get up here, you're playing against the same guys for your whole career, basically.
And he rolls this one foul.
Ball dude on the first baseline tonight, Craig Lutz. I beat Craig.
Craig doing some work. Quick toss. A rise, 6 steals. He hasn't been caught. Potential double play ball. That's 1. Not in time. He ain't a big guy. He runs pretty well. That's how he'll take a look at it.
That ball kind of exploded on McNeil. Kind of took him back, and I didn't think he get a whole lot on that little backhand shove to second base. Save.
Here's Schmidt. Schmidt takes a strike. Popped out. Popped out to Kurtz in foul territory. It's this one above us. And then down below. There you go.
Barehander.
And a quick 0-2. Up and in, 1 and 2.
I'll tell you one thing Savali does well is pitch in. He'll finish the pitch when he's going inside.
Got him. Dave Fleming will be in. I'll see you back here in the 7th.
Well, the Giants and A's square off in 2 more games this week at Oracle Park for the A's taking on the Giants tomorrow evening at 6:45. Thursday at 12:45. Get tickets. Go to sfgiants.com/tickets. We're going to the 4th inning. 2-1 Giants, and here to tell you all about it, my pal Dave Fleming.
Good to see you, Mike.
Welcome.
Well, it's great to be over here with you. First pitch swing and a foul ball. Chapman got ready to make the throw, but a foul ball off the bat of Shea Langoliers.
It's a play for free. Chance to show off your arm. Not even a shuffle step. Not a problem.
I mean, if I bought a ticket for the game tonight, even though that play doesn't count, I got to see Chapman make one of those throws.
He loves to show off that howitzer he has on the right side of his body.
And of course, A's fans know all about that. I think it's a little different from that now that the A's aren't in Oakland anymore, playing his old team. But a big time legacy with that franchise, that's for sure. Matt Chapman. Langoliers, who's got big time power. You guys showed the numbers head to head against lefties. One of the best hitters against lefties in the game. Good fastball there.
That's mano a mano right there.
Yeah, maybe you guys have already talked about it tonight. Wasn't it interesting to hear Robbie after his last appearance against the Braves talk about ABS and the high pitch and the high strike hasn't been there as much, and hitters have become more disciplined to it, and so maybe having to tweak the way he goes after a lot of hitters. He strikes out Langoliers with a great changeup.
Well, I think his last outing is the best outing he's had all year. Let's take a look at that changeup you're talking about. It's the beauty of a changeup. You know, you expect something and it never gets to where you expect it to be. And you're thinking fastball all the way, and he wants it, but missing it by a big margin.
Well, that's the first out here in the fourth. Tyler Soderstrom bounces it right to Chapman. This play's going to count. He'll show off his arm. 2 down.
And a 1-pitch out. I think the thing that was impressive about Robbie Ray's outing was his use of the pitch count. I mean, his fastball command was fantastic, and everything really set up by the fact that he was establishing that fastball in on right-handed hitters. That's his key. When he's doing that, he's going to have a good night, and he hasn't been able to do that much this year.
Yeah, and a lot of those weren't just. It wasn't just the 4-seam. It was the 2-seam as well. It was just an interesting observation about how he feels like hitters have gotten to really understand where the top of the strike zone is, and he's having a harder time getting hitters to chase up. So at least to get ahead of the count, maybe a little different pitch mix at times.
He's throwing that 2-seamer over 6% of the time now.
That's pretty different, I think.
Oh, totally. I mean, there's been games when he hasn't thrown any. He just rides that 4-seamer, and he's done that most of his career. A 4-seamer and a 2-seam fastball are as different of pitches as a slider and a curveball is to one another. And that's the one thing you have to learn when you get to this level. Because everybody can throw a fastball. You have to have a good fastball to get signed. But when you learn another fastball, it's like you get a new pitch.
There's a strike.
And then you learn where you can use it. You can use it for ground ball situations. And another thing, too, you throw 2 fastballs with 4-seam, you're down to count 2-0, and you know you have to throw another fastball, throw a 2-seamer. It's a different pitch.
3-1 to Jacob Wilson. Just off the inside. Ball 4. 2-out walk.
The one thing that guys are disadvantaged with in this area is that it's all DH. Pitchers don't hit anymore. When you can get in that batter's box, you can see what a 2-seam fastball looks compared to a 4-seam fastball. Is night and day. And when you see it, you go, I want one of those. How do you do that?
Meneses takes a slider low. That's a good little breakdown of it, because it's easy to just kind of assume, hey, 2-seam fastball, 4-seam fastball. Yeah, what's the difference?
Well, I mean, guys are eaten up with velocity, and you don't get normally the larger velocity with a 2-seam fastball that you do with a 4-seam fastball. Just kind of gives you an idea of the mindset that a lot of pitchers, especially young pitchers, have. You get up here because you have a 95+ mile-an-hour fastball. Well, if you're not getting that volume, velocity on your 2-seamer, you're not going to throw it as much. That's when you need a pitching coach or a teammate to point out, this is what this pitch is for. This is how you use it. There's time when velocity isn't your best friend. It's movement and location.
Well, maybe a good time for a quick visit there from Susac after a walk and now falling behind Meneses 2-0. Meneses, he was thinking 2-0 fastball, get it in, and he got the changeup.
That point you make about a catcher coming out, the timing on it to talk to a pitcher, what point in the game, it tells you a lot about a catcher.
I think Susac's getting a little more comfortable with doing that as a young guy.
Totally.
Taking charge out there, being the one to make that decision. Well, 3-1 to a guy who does have power. There's a strike.
You know, you talk about catchers, and they get a lot of credit for calling the game. Basically, when you call a game, you're suggesting to pitcher which pitch to throw. But controlling the rhythm of a game, that's your #1 job.
Wilson, very late takeoff and a called strike 3 with no challenge. Got the high strike there.
Quinn Wilcott, he'll let it have time to break. Presented by Lazy Boy. We told you that Dave Fleming was here. Well, here he is in flesh.
Proof.
Welcome.
It's good to be with you. It's great to be back in San Francisco too.
It really is. I mean, all the guys, when you make a southern swing and you're in Atlanta and Miami this time of year or later, it can get a little gnarly, but you come back here, you get to breathe fresh air.
No rain delays. The Atlanta series was just a mess. It was interesting, Mike, talking to Tony Vitello. He almost thought that the rainy day in Atlanta that ended up being the game was postponed was as taxing as if they had played a game.
Well, there's a reason for that, and I agree with it. A rainy day is a different rhythm. And if you're a West Coast player, you don't get rainy days. You don't get rain delays and tarps coming on and off. And you don't get any of that. Now you go into the part of the country where you get it, it upsets your rhythm.
Pulled foul by Devers.
I always felt that you had a trip like the Giants just had, 2 hot city towns. And although you didn't have a lot of rain delay with a dome on, but you sure had threat and that in Atlanta. You were really tired when you got back to California.
And some emotional games, and obviously the Devers situation on Sunday, but a tight game that you lose on Friday. Webb pitches as well as he does on Sunday. I think they were spent after that game Sunday. Trying to get back home and get it going again.
Tell you what, though, that situation told us a lot about Tony Vitello. On that plane ride you guys had back from Miami to San Francisco, he and Devers spent a lot of time sitting next to one another, talking things out, and situation resolved. Clubhouse today didn't have any residue hanging on it. It was a fresh clubhouse, and I give that man a lot of credit for doing it.
2-2 to Devers. Takes it high. And look, it wasn't, you know, Tony sort of, I think, softened it a little bit. Hey, I got no problem with the competitive spirit, but it wasn't a 100%. He had a few things he wanted to get across to Devers about how it could have been handled differently. That one is fouled back out of play. But it sounded like, I mean, I wasn't sitting there with the two of them, but it sounded like it was a very mature, just sort of level-headed conversation. Leading off here in the bottom of the 4th. That was kind of an emergency swing.
Well, it's one of those tests you have to pass as a manager up here, because you're going to get tested.
Oh, Tony's getting tested. It has not been a boring year.
Well, this has been a learning experience for him.
That one sky high, but really just a fly ball. Soderstrom at first acted like he didn't see it. The wind's pushing it.
The wind is just nasty tonight.
Jung-Hoo Lee's coming up here, and Mike, the longest home run of his career.
What is it, 414 feet?
414. He was flying around the bases, and finally he got around second, and somebody said, no, it's gone. He finally slowed up.
Well, he's finally showing Giants fans what type of player he can be, because this is what he was in Korea.
Just an all-around talent. But I bet you in Korea, or maybe never in his entire baseball career as he dropped a fly ball like he did earlier tonight.
Well, that's what Kipe said. He goes, he's going to walk out here. He's not going to be thinking about a 414-foot home run. He's going to be thinking about that air he made in right field.
Big curveball.
But when he came off the field, he went right to Robbie Ray and said, dude, sorry. But he said it a different language.
Pulls that one foul. He's picking up a lot more English. I hear Jungie using a lot more, not just single words, but phrases. I think he understands English very well these days.
Yeah, I think Justin, his interpreter, has a lot to do with it. I mean, he's not only interpreting, but he's teaching.
Yeah. He's got an eager student. We've seen more of his personality on the field, too. I mean, he's never going to be like a real flashy, overly emotional player, but we're seeing more of it. There's Justin. Foul ball. I need to get back to my Korean lessons, but Justin was trying to help me learn some stuff, and I've fallen off.
We'll start with the cuss words. They're the easiest ones to remember.
He taught me like a simple greeting at first. We didn't go straight to the 4-letter words. That'll be next week. On the ground, and the shortstop was moving. Wilson with the backhand, but not nearly in time. Wilson was cheating on that pitch. He was sneaking up the middle, and the ball was hit in the other direction.
Well, he had movement going to his left because of the slow breaking ball. That's a pitch you normally see a left-hander hitter pull, and he anticipated that ball going to his left side. When he had to come back, there was no way he could get in position to get enough velocity on the throw. This is off balance. None chance.
That's, it's funny. In the old days they did it differently, but now those middle infielders, they have the pitch comm device. They hear what pitch is coming, and I think that was a product of anticipation. He knew it was the breaking ball.
Yeah, that's a great point. And they call that a cheat step. I mean, if you know a guy's going to throw an off-speed pitch, he's a left-handed hitter, and you're a shortstop, that's a pitch he is likely to pull. So you are going to lean.
Ball one to Adames. Adames had a double and scored a run back in that second inning.
But you can't do that with every pitcher. Because just because you say inside fastball to a guy, he doesn't have command. You can't bank that it's going to be there. So you can't have a large cheat step. But with Savali, you can. He could paint.
Adames out to right center, not deep. Bolte can't catch it. Maybe the swing fooled him. Look out. And second base is the hazard area tonight. That one almost smoked Lee. Adames has his second hit.
Again, wind is playing havoc on fly balls tonight. Another example of it, but you can see the break that Bolte got. I mean, he didn't get a good break. He kind of had a little bit of a loop before he got started to the ball, so he did expect more fly ball than what he got. Heads up, Joe.
Wilson saved him with the bare hand.
Like Evan Longoria there.
Now Chapman. Ooh, he got a breaking ball up and had a good swing. Chapman just roasted one off the left field wall, and that was the play where he ended up, I mean, I am still thinking about Zach Geloff, hoping he's all right.
Yeah, that looked bad.
Bad. Batting average with runners in scoring position, third best in baseball this year, Chapman. 2 on, 1 out. High strike. 0-2. His bullpen is going already. 77 pitches. Giants are making Savali work.
Logan Webb, he gets this series off, having pitched yesterday. Matt Crook is getting heated up for the A's. One of 3 left-handers they have in that bullpen.
Chapman didn't have to use his timeout because Savali stepped off. Matt Crook, he's a San Franciscan. Went to SI, St. Ignatius kid. Chapman, not this time, strikes out swinging. 2 down.
Take a look at the location of the cutter. The hanging cutter. It does find its way onto the scout report. Can't hit a hanging slider or a hanging cutter. That happens. Gary Sheffield, Mike Schmidt.
Gilbert takes a little curveball. Now, could you actually, if you saw that on the scouting report, could you actually dial up a hanging slider?
You got to believe. You got to believe. But I gave up 196 home runs in my career. I consider myself a connoisseur of the hanging slider.
You got to be really good to give up that many home runs.
I never looked at it that way, but
wow, did it hit him?
I think it could have been catcher's interference.
Oh, maybe so. They're going to challenge this.
Oh, it was a hit batsman, but I think it hit the knob. There was no reaction whatsoever from Gilbert.
Yeah, I think it hit the knob. So the A's are challenging.
Mark Kotsay, the skipper.
Good microphone, Adrian Johnson.
Ooh,
that
was rough. Definitely contact. I mean, you look at the reaction. If you get hit in the hand at all, you're going to react to it. And he doesn't have any reaction to it, which is, I think, why they're challenging. But who's to say it didn't skim off the leather a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. These are hard ones for the umpires in New York to overturn.
This is where you have to learn to drop the bat, hold your hand, start screaming profanity, and do snow angels in the dirt.
Stands, it's a hit by pitch. The Athletics lose their challenge.
Well, we decided that the home plate umpire's microphone was better. Mark Kotsay can't believe it. They lose their challenge. He's losing his mind. You can't argue a review, though. So the bases are loaded.
No matter how loud you could scream, they can't hear you in New York.
He's saying, I know it's not you. I'm not holding that against you.
It's never been easier to be an umpire.
You got a lot of support.
Well, I kind of miss the confrontations, manager and an umpire. You know, kicking dirt on the plate.
There are almost no more arguments.
Tobacco juice dripping down your chin. You don't see that anymore either.
No.
That's a good thing.
So now Susac, good opportunity here for the Giants to open this game up a little bit. It could be the last hitter for Savali, maybe no matter what, with the top of the order and the two lefties coming up. Savali's going to go from the windup. Bases loaded, 2 down. Ball 1. Susac struck out and didn't look all that comfortable his first at bat.
A's play him to pull. They give him some space on that right side of the infield. It's an open invitation.
I like it when he goes to right field.
He's good at it. That's what enabled him to make the team out of spring.
He tries to go that way, but hits it foul. That definitely looked like an inside out kind of.
Totally.
Could we be teed up for another one? Now this would be a way to get your first big league home run.
I thought he had it in Miami.
Oh my gosh. Bases loaded there. Somehow didn't go out. Foul ball. 1-2.
And he's gone this whole at-bat away. The inside part of the plate is wide open. He could bust his hands with a fastball here. It's set up. A lot of options. I mean, when you have 3 pitches that all go to this one side of the plate, you're a 1-2 count. You can go out of the strike zone with everything you have. But inside is set up.
Got him to chase up with the cutter for strike 3. Giants load him up, leave him loaded. 2-1 after 4. Well, this weekend you can pick up a bobblehead of that guy, Rafi Devers. Saturday, first 20,000 fans get a Devers bobblehead presented by Chevron. Giants Braves. It's a 6:05 Saturday start. sfgiants.com/fiesta. Ray back to work. Little backdoor breaking ball for strike 1 to Bolte. Top 5. We do have a couple defensive changes for the Giants. Luis Arraez has come out of this game. It's just speculation, but you figure that ball he fouled off his foot. So Cox comes in to play center. Gilbert shifts over to left, and Casey Schmidt comes into the infield. He'll play second base. Jonah Cox, who got drafted by the A's, came up with the A's before being traded to the Giants. That one back to Casey. Ball finds you.
You know, I love the no stride play from an infielder. I do. Because it's just all body rhythm, gathering the ball, just kind of getting your back hip cocked, and then getting off a throw without taking a stride. It's just smooth. It's just such a cool play. Just no footwork. Great balance.
I think he's got great rhythm as a player. Chapman retires Thomas, who's gone on 1 pitch.
Well, I agree with you. And there's no way that you could be a utility player if you don't have that ability. None, because every position's different up here. Every position is a different dance to learn. And he's really got comfortable with the role. And it wasn't comfortable when he first took it on.
2 outs for Max Muncy, who singled in the only A's run. That was back in the 3rd. Well, we'll pass along any info if we get it about Arraez. I'm sure part of what the Giants will do is just sort of standard protocol. You take an X-ray, just make sure.
Well, I mean, he's not going to feel any better when he wakes up tomorrow.
No.
So usually you have an injury that takes you out of a game when you hit it off your foot somewhere. It's a 1, 2, or 3 dayer.
There's a strike. Robbie's had 2 different 2-out, nobody on walks in this game, so he doesn't want to do that here again in the 5th. Otherwise, his pitch count has been very efficient.
Well, that was so impressive. I mean, he was 97 pitches in 6 1/3 innings in Atlanta. That's his best use of the pitch count is in all year.
Well, not getting the call on that inside corner. Those are close. Ball 4. 2-out walk. This is when Arraez hit one right down off the top of his foot, like right where the foot meets the ankle, right under the shin guard. Ugh.
He's as tough as anybody on his team. For him to have to leave a game because of that, you know it's significant.
That was a good replay of the at-bat that Arraez had as it continued, how hard of a time he had getting out of the box. Now, he did have another at-bat and lined a base hit, but now he's out of the game. McNeil, who came in for the injured Geloff. We have 2 players have already had to leave this game with injury. McNeil out towards right center. Lee will catch this one.
Loud round of applause.
Especially from his pitcher. NBC Sports Giants Talk podcast presented by Mancini's Sleep World. Beautiful look down into Oracle Park on this Tuesday night, start of a week-long Giants homestand. Giants and the A's, and when it's time for a change, switch to Comcast Business for all-in connection and protection your small business can rely on. It's the left-hander and the San Francisco native Matt Crook. Must be a cool moment for him. Jonah Cox first at bat.
Well, it really is. I mean, he paid his dues. 10 years in the minor leagues to get here. He's a 31-year-old rookie. And he's earned the right to be here. A couple guys from the peninsula on this A's team. Henry Bolte out of Palo Alto High School.
Yeah. And Matt, I guess he was born in Hillsborough. He went to SI here in the city. Been a lot of athletes come out of St. Ignatius.
Good programs. All of their sports teams. Great history.
Cox fouls that one off. I would say Dan Fouts probably is the greatest SI athlete.
He's one of my favorite athletes.
Just a great guy. Had an all-time career as a player, as a broadcaster. We love Dan Fouts.
We really do. And a Hall of Famer at the University of Oregon, Hall of Famer with Chargers. I mean, he just, what a great example.
And Matt Crook, he followed in Dan Fouts' footsteps. He went from SI to the University of Oregon. He figured, you know, that was a good model. Cox, foul ball. That's cool to see Jonah get a chance. Jonah has just not played much at all. He's got the batting gloves unhooked. Velcro not tamped down. Struck out swinging on the sinker. So Crook gets Cox, and now Eldridge comes up. Not all rookies are the same. This is one rookie against another. Had slightly different careers to this point.
Well, one's 31 on the hill, one's 21 in the box.
Both are wearing the big league uniform. Ooh, that one was moving. That sweeper. 0-2.
That's his big breaking ball. He throws a lot of sweepers, about 40+% of the time. Spitting cotton balls right now. It's a playoff game for him.
Well, he gets Eldridge, and he got him to chase a pitch way outside, which we haven't seen Bryce do that much at all.
Well, he doesn't know. You know, it's tough to learn about what a guy has in a two-strike count. I always say up here, the price of education comes at a high cost. And that was an example of it.
2 outs for Casey Schmidt. Schmidt lines one into right center field, base hit. Well, he saw that sweeper from the on-deck circle. He was ready for it.
Well, he had an idea as to how to hit it. Think right center, inside out it. It's the thing, you know, Casey Schmidt's got 16 homers. I mean, it's easy to go up there and start thinking about homers every swing. But this is how you hit close to 300. He came into this game as one of the top 10 hitters average-wise in all of baseball. And it's with idea and being able to execute that idea. Have a plan.
So now he needs one more hit for a 7th straight multi-hit game. That's how good of a road trip Casey had. It's also a threat to run with the left-hander out there. Maybe not in this spot. He goes. Devers tops it foul. Had a good jump.
Well, he's got 7 bags stolen, and you know, he's kind of sneaky fast. Going on first move. The thing about Crook, I mean, he's a big fella, 6'4", 230. Takes a while to get unloaded.
Devers. That sweeper was up.
With left-handed pitchers, if you're a base runner at first, you go on first move. You get a big lead, and you either go into second or you're going back to first. But you're moving. You really don't get a secondary lead unless you're on the steal.
Schmidt was headed the other direction this time. He got back.
But I mean, I think that's a really good philosophy. You extend your lead, and you're moving first move. Because you don't see many lefties that have a really quick move. They're kind of slow and deliberate.
Spoiled that one, Devers did.
I don't know how he did that. He used every bit of that bat.
He may not know. He's kind of talking to himself. Giants have 7 hits in this game. The A's have 1, but it's just a 1-run game. We had one of those in Miami. Well, the hits were lopsided. The score was not. Schmidt runs again. Devers pops this one up right around home plate. Kurtz for the catch. Out number 3. 1 hit against the SI alum. No runs.
Sure, this Sunday as the Giants close out the weekend series against the Braves. First 20,000 fans of Sunday's games will receive a Giant camo t-shirt presented by Cutwater. Go to sfgiants.com/promotions.
Well, the fog starting to roll in towards this part of town. Beautiful Tuesday night. Nick Kurtz is the slugging superstar for the A's. Strike 1 swinging.
This has been an interesting matchup tonight with Ray and Kurtz. Problem with a home run hitter, you can strike him out the first 3 times you face him, and then that 4th time, if he hits a home run, he wins the day.
One and one to count. This is a good matchup here. 2-1.
And this becomes a good pitch, or a big pitch, because you don't want to go to a 3-1 count with a guy who has a great knowledge of the strike zone like Kurtz. Good changeup.
Now it's 2-2.
If you let a guy like this who's got a good idea of the strike zone get into a 3-1 count, he could zone in and be so specific to what he's going to look for and what he's going to swing at. And if you go there, he's going to get you.
He strikes him out swinging.
Oh, and he saved the curveball for the payoff pitch. That's a great pitch. Even with hang on a curveball, it's such a dramatic difference in speed variation that you can get away with a hanger with the guy being so far out front. And he saved it in a 2-strike surprise.
Kurtz hasn't had many at bats like that. He's muttering to himself. Langoliers goes after the first pitch and pops it up. Schmidt's going to call off Devers, and backpedaling with that wind, playing tricks on it. 2 down.
You know, that's one thing about being in the outfield. If you're a utility guy and you're playing outfield and you're a natural infielder, you start taking more fly balls and pop-ups when you get into the infield because you're familiar with them.
Sure. I got this one.
And up here on a night like tonight with the wind's blowing the way it is, players appreciate that.
Soderstrom, foul ball. This inning's kind of a perfect encapsulation. We were talking to Tony Vitello before the game about this A's team. And he made the point of Kurtz just stands out so much because he's such a different style hitter. There's so many aggressive free swingers on this A's team. And then you got Kurtz, who's real selective, forces you to come in the strike zone.
He's an old soul.
Yeah. And then you got Langoliers swinging at the first pitch. Soderstrom swinging at every pitch. Almost went there.
It's a good 0-2 pitch.
2-2. Base hit. 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and Soderstrom just went the other way with it.
Yeah, he made that look way too easy. But that's what he does. He uses the whole field, and he gets into a 2-strike count. You throw something out over the plate away above the belt, I mean, he's just going to go with the location. Head staying still. Look at his eyes follow the ball. I mean, that's just a great example of keeping a good look on it. Great swing.
Only the second hit for the A's. On the ground toward the hole. Over to backhand Adames. A little bobble, but he gets it there in time. Good play by Adames in the end. And Ray works around that 2-out single.
Coming schedule brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. This series continues tomorrow night and Thursday afternoon. Then the Braves are in for a 3-game series, and over the weekend then the Giants hit the road to take on Arizona and Colorado.
Jung-Hoo Lee takes a strike from Crook, the left-hander who stays in. It's been a very action-packed night for Lee. 2 for 2, longest home run of his career. Adventures in the outfield. And now he faces a left-hander Crook who, man, against Eldridge endeavors, he threw some nasty stuff to those guys.
Well, big sweepers, and the big sweepers really invite Jung-Hoo Lee to go to left field.
Well, kind of like that swing was designed to do, I think.
I think that's the thing I've been most impressed with him. We always talk about getting established in the league and learning your opponents, but it really gives you the ability to have a solid plan. And that's where he's improved this year. He's had good plans.
Yeah. I think that's true. There were times the last couple of years where it sort of felt like it was just see ball, hit ball, and I think it has been a different approach.
See ball, hit ball, run like crazy. But up here, it's so much more than that.
He's worked the count full. 3-2. He takes ball 4.
And that's what he's showing this year. He's an intelligent hitter. And those are the guys that hit for average.
And Jung-Hoo has a real argument to go to the All-Star game.
If he doesn't go, I'd be surprised. He and Casey Schmidt, Luis Arraez all have great arguments.
Of course, we're trying to pump him up. Don't stand behind Nick Kurtz. He's like Mount Tam at first base. Can't see anything behind him.
Yeah, take your lead early.
Throw over. Nick Kurtz is a big dude. There we go. Lee runs. Here's the throw. Wide and a collision.
Oh, that may have hit him.
Oh, man. Lee's down in a heap. Second base has been a disaster area tonight.
Got him in the jaw.
Yeah. Ooh. Scary. I think it was maybe not the ball, maybe the forearm. Might have been like a clothesline almost.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Ooh.
Well, I think that's a good thing. As hard as that is to watch, I think it's better than taking one with a hard ball hitting you in the face.
Sometimes you just need a minute to catch your breath. It's like you got punched in the face.
Well, in getting clothesline, I mean, you're really going to feel it tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's really, really tough on your neck.
McNeil, I mean, Jeff McNeil, he could have gotten really hurt on that play. He's staying in the game.
Oh, that's a big play. That's a huge break for the Giants. I mean, at this point in the season, the thought of losing him to an injury is not a good thought.
Ooh. He's out at second after getting the steal with nobody out. Sweeper, 1-1.
That is a frisbee coming across the plate. And that's the pitch that got him to the big leagues. It's a good one.
That's why they invented the term sweeper, for a pitch that looks like that.
This is a real sweeper.
2-1 to Adames. Big extra run for the Giants. Their lead is 2-1. Pulled on one hop, and a great pick by Muncy to throw out Adames. And nothing Lee could do. He had to hold.
Well, Adames coming to this at bat with 2 hits tonight. He had a lot of confidence. Hit it right on the button with topspin. I bet this play right here gets made about half the time. It winds up being a big league hang with him for Adames, but it was a good at bat and a great effort from Muncy.
A's are making a pitching change here, going to a right-hander. Time for a change. Switch to Comcast Business for all-in connection and protection your small business can rely on. Runner at second, 1 out. Matt Chapman coming up against his old team, the A's. First game of a 3-game series. Third pitcher of the night for the A's is the right-hander Mason Barnett.
Good numbers for Barnett. 0.71 ERA in 12 2/3 innings, and he's got a mid to high 90s fastball with curveball, slider, sweeper, changeup, pitches you would see from a starter, and he has been a starter. 3rd-round pick out of Auburn in 2022.
War Eagle. High ball 1.
Is that a pretty campus?
Beautiful. Great little college town. One of my favorite places to go watch a football game, Auburn. Matt Chapman's been driving in a lot of runs. He's got a chance to drive one in here. Slider.
See, you're my go-to guy when I want to know about what universities look like, what golf courses are good, and what's a great place to eat in New York.
That's not a bad few things to have some expertise on.
I think you can put that on your resume.
Otherwise, it's a little thin, the resume.
Well, I really shouldn't limit it to New York. It's really any state in the union.
We had a couple. One in particular, we had a great meal on this last road trip. Great. 1-2 to Chapman. Ooh, they're going to challenge. ABS powered by T-Mobile. It's our first challenge of the night, and it's a ball.
Not even close.
Oh my goodness.
That's the closest of the year right there. You can't even get a guitar pick on that. There's no way.
Even Langoliers, he lost the challenge. He was smiling once he saw that.
That's the closest we've seen all year.
Chapman's got life still. Fouls that one back.
Okay. Restaurant.
Sonny's with a U. S-U-N-N-Y.
Yeah.
Apostrophe S in Miami. Amazing. Great place.
Well, they must have had good chili killies if you rated a high restaurant.
Hey, did you see the mayor Instagramming about my Chilaquiles spot at the Ferry Building?
No better spot in the city.
Go to Primavera on Saturday morning and get the Chilaquiles. Daniel Lurie sent you. So put that on your list if you're going to Miami, although it's hard to get in. Took a lot to get into Sonny's.
What do they serve?
It was just about anything you want. I had a tuna steak that was big time.
When you say just about anything you want, that makes me think more of good bars than good restaurants.
Well, we had some liquid also. They had a pretty good menu on that side. I told the clubhouse guys in Miami, they asked, hey, what'd you guys do last night? I told them, and they looked at me like, oh, man, big league. Strike 3 called. Chapman's challenging. And close. Strike.
Calls confirmed. San Francisco has one challenge remaining.
I mean, that was close too. 2 down. Drew Gilbert comes up, and they're going to walk Drew Gilbert.
Well, right-hander against right-hander with Susac on deck. And they know Gilbert's coming off a good series in Miami.
So it'll be up to Susac. Susac had the bases loaded when he was up in the 4th inning. Savali struck him out.
Susac likes that first pitch. He'll have a plan here.
He loves to swing first pitch. Took that one on the outside corner.
Little cutter. It's the beauty about a four-seam. You can just move your thumb under your middle finger when you throw it. You get a little cut action on it with a high velocity. Don't have to have a lot of movement to be effective.
Right in on his hands. 0-2.
You can't get inside better than that. That burns the hair off your knuckles. It does not feel good.
Susac taking time out. Maybe get a little feeling back in those hands. Fouled away.
Got a good pitch to hit. Barnett came back with that same pitch he opened up the at-bat with. Got away with one.
Held up this time.
And I don't know how he did it. I mean, every ounce of strength. Just shy of the 50-50 zone.
Took that one low.
That's a good pitch and a good take. He had a pitch to play with an open base. In fact, he really has it again, although I don't know. Well, with Jonah Cox, I mean, had it been Luis Ariz, it would have been different. He's out of the game, so he may tease him again with something out of the strike zone, below the zone.
Gilbert strikes out swinging. He did exactly that. The curveball for strike 3. Kite will come back and join Mike on the TV side. We go to the 7th. 2-1 Giants.
All right, time now for our game summary. It's brought to you by Toyota. Through 6 full innings of play, Giants on top of the A's by a score of 2-1. And it's been all about pitching tonight. Savali went 4 innings out of the game, gave up 2 earnings. That's the difference in the game. Robbie Ray, 1 unearned run through 6. So we go to the top of the 7th inning. Robbie Ray still on top of that mound. That was his 85th pitch of the night. And while we wait for the next pitch, it gives me an opportunity to bring back my pal, my partner, Dwayne Kuiper.
All right, thanks, Mikey. So we got a bouncing ball. Adames from deep short. Throws wide. They got him on the tag. And the A's will definitely take a look at this. Devers had to come off the bag.
This is a dangerous play for a right-handed first baseman, because if you drop that glove into the runner too soon, he could tear your hand up.
Well, they're going to stand with the call, and it ends up being a nice play by Devers. Next pitch, Adames on the backhand. His throw in the dirt, and they got him on both ends.
Henry Bolte can fly. And Adames knew this. That ball was hit hard, and he goes to a backhand and gets to his feet quickly and unloads with a very short step to his stride, and deliberately goes down on a one-hop, challenging his first baseman. And Devers answers the challenge with a nice pick. Wow, it's the big leagues.
I mean, Bolte, he can't believe it.
No, he had that hit in the batters in his box score tomorrow. You can see Robbie Ray enjoys it.
So a couple of quick outs, but entertaining outs. This is Colby Thomas. He takes a strike. This has got to feel pretty good for Robbie Ray, being where he's at here in the 7th inning, and this next pitch will be 90.
Well, this is how he pitched in Atlanta, and he's basically backed up that good start with another one tonight.
Healthy rip by Thomas. It's 1-2.
I mean, you go 2 outs in the 7th inning and only allow 2 hits to this A's team, you've done something.
I mean, his only blemish, he's walked 4, but he's had a lot of quick outs to even things up. High pop up. Devers tricky. Devers not a problem. And that'll do it. For the Giants, top of the order in the 7th, it'll be Cox, Eldridge, Schmidt. It's 2-1 San Francisco.
Venture mobile provider for better coverage with a bigger savings with Xfinity Mobile, and get Wi-Fi plus 5G that won't strike out. Xfinity, imagine that.
You know what? I usually do that one, and you did that so well. I think you could.
Okay.
Okay, John.
You figure I've been through this with John Miller.
Yeah, I think I've heard John say the same thing to you. My God, you did that really well. Why don't you do all of them?
And that's where it stands today.
Here's Jonah Cox, who's 0 for 1. And he bounces this one off his foot. Came in after Luis Arraez left, and Casey Schmidt went from left field to second base. Out of play. He hasn't had that many opportunities. But he can run.
Yeah, well, he's at his best too. He's using the whole field. A lot to right field.
Got him. It is the big leagues, though.
Well, and right now, I mean, they know that he has been swinging through fastballs that are up, and it's going to be up to him to change that. One good thing is if you have a weakness, you know where you're going to get pitched, so you can look for that spot. And then eventually you get better.
Here's Eldridge. Eldridge was definitely on the hit train for a long time. And now he's looking for a hit. He's 0 for 3. this one off his leg, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
About Barnett, I mean, he's a high 3/4 release. With his release, you're going to get a breaking ball that's got big straight down drop to it. And he's got a nice feel for it. He can move it around.
The back foot.
Been pretty much cutter, big curveball. But you can see why his ERA is low. I mean, he's got some nastiness to him.
And a late call strike, and Eldridge is going to challenge it.
He's got a chance on this one.
Call's overturned. San Francisco has 1 challenge remaining.
Well, I mean, if you don't win the challenge, you're out. Out of challenges.
And in a 1-run ball game, that's a big deal.
It is. Three and 2.
That's a good breaking ball.
And the walk. It's amazing, those guys that get a walk, they don't have 0 for 4s. Here's Schmidt. Schmidt doesn't waste any time. He hammers one into left field.
Yeah, Barnett raised that breaking ball up to get strike 1, and that's when you have vulnerability to it, and that's what Casey Schmidt was looking for.
Well, he hasn't missed any mistakes, has he?
No, I mean, you know, if you're a first pitch hitter, that's what you're looking for, especially the breaking ball. Something up.
We're going to get a new pitcher. Giants have another opportunity. We'll be back. A run on 2 hits for the Giants. 2 runs on 8 hits. So the lefty, Jose Suarez, comes in, and he's going to face the left-handed hitting Rafi Devers. The Giants, they do not want to keep wasting these opportunities. They're 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position.
Suarez is going to give you a low to mid-90s fastballs, slider, changeup most of the time. You look at the scouting report on Suarez, he's got 7 different pitches he will throw, but big 3 are the fastball, the slider, and the changeup.
Big swing and going to miss by Devers. 1 ball and 1 strike. Eldridge and Schmidt. 2 and 1.
Good teaser. I mean, a 1-1 pitch affords you the ability to throw something that starts out of the strike zone and gets out of the strike zone like he just did. It's right where he wanted to throw it.
Devers with a base hit. Here comes Eldridge. Here's the throw home. It is not in time. And it was close. That's a good throw right there.
Well, it's got the best arm in the team, one of the best arms in the American League West. Henry Boltz threw a one-hop strike, and boy, you earn your respect the hard way if you're a third base coach. And he indeed is saved. So you got to tip your cap to Gary Pettis for a great send, and it extends the Giants' lead by a run.
Here's Jung-Hoo Lee. And Jung-Hoo takes a strike. Perfect today, 2 for 2 with a walk, so he's been on base 3 times. There's Gary Pettis.
Put that in the RYI category. Runs yelled in.
This is rolled to first. And Lee will be retired. Why do I feel like Tim Flannery made up that stat?
Because Tim Flannery made up that stat.
What a shocker.
What a joy he was. This that guy.
It's like the same Tim Flannery that said he had a CD in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, we went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and they have a store there where you can buy CDs. And they've got every great musician that ever, strummed a 3-chord run.
They're usually stacked up right by the cash register.
So we go in there, and we're looking around, and we're looking in, and Tim Flannery goes, "Hey, come on over here. Look at this. I'm right here in the F's. They got Tim Flannery CDs." And there was like 5 CDs in there. I go, "That's awesome." He goes, "Don't tell anybody I put those there." It was okay.
So he could walk around in town and say, "What? I got CDs in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame."
And he absolutely did.
2 outs.
The reason why I love that guy.
Here's Adames. Runners at second and third. Giants with a run here in the 7th. Working the clock. Suarez and Adames said, "I don't care. I'm going to take it. It's low. 1 ball and no strikes."
I think if you're going to get up there as a pitcher and hold it and work the clock down to the low numbers on the pitch clock, throw an off-speed pitch. And he did. I liked what he was trying to do.
Now he's doing it again.
Backed it up with fastball in the inside corner. He's got an open base here, so he really can go after who he wants to pitch to. He knows that Adames has 2 hits tonight, should have 3. So he's seeing it well.
Out in front of this one, it's very high. And Bolte coming in to make the catch. So the base hit by Devers knocks in Eldridge. Here's your play at the plate. Come on, Bryce, you can make it. And he does. The go-to source for all your favorite teams is still NBCSportsBayArea.com. Giants lead 3-1. Here's Muncy facing Robbie Ray, and a strike. Muncy's been on base twice. Chases, and it's 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Very close.
So close you think, how could that guy take that pitch?
You're right. Out of play. Here's the 1-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
See his idea. I mean, he got the second strike going up out of the strike zone. Muncy chased, tried to go back up there again. Just a little too high to tease.
Jung-Hoo Lee on the high fly ball to right. 1 out. So 97 pitches with McNeil coming up. McNeil is 0 for 2. After coming in for Geloff. And this is lined into center field. Right there is Cox. Here's Kurtz.
So important to get that extra run, especially when you're facing this guy, which would have been a 1-run game had they knocked out the 3rd run.
Kurtz with a big swing. Kurtz. He struck out twice and he's rolled out to second. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Kurtz has had a couple of hanging breaking balls to hit and clearly unhappy with himself, especially in his last at bat.
Well, you see a lot of hard sliders. That's a more higher velocity than a curveball, but he saved a curveball for a 2-strike surprise, and he had him way out front with it.
With a good pitch, 1-2.
I think this has been the most intriguing matchup of the night. What these two guys have done going at each other.
Got him. And that's for the 3rd time. Robbie Ray walking off. It's 3-1 Giants.
Account opening.
Este Bobo G está heavy.
Pick up a Rafael Devers bobblehead on Saturday, June 27th. Celebrate Fiesta Gigantes as the Giants take on the Atlanta Braves. Get your tickets at sfgiants.com.
Giants with a 3-1 lead. This is the home half of the 8th inning where Matt Chapman's going to lead things off. And Chapman fouls it back. Chapman owns an RBI single in this game. I mean, that happened in the 2nd inning. And a strike right there at the belt. Oh, 0-2. Gilbert to follow. It's Jose Suarez and Chapman out swinging. Suarez first strikeout. So here's Gilbert.
Had a great series in Miami. He's had good at-bats tonight. This will be an interesting matchup with the stuff that Suarez can throw. Lefty on lefty.
And he takes the first pitch down low.
Biggest challenge for young left-handed hitters to hit off lefties in this league is staying in the strike zone with pitches you swing at.
a strike.
But you're going to get a lot of breaking stuff that's going to give the illusion that it's going to be a strike, and then it just disappears.
On deck is Susac.
Early in the year, you know, Gilbert paid the price to try and learn that, and he's still a process of learning because he's facing so many guys he doesn't know. But he's definitely given himself better chances by swinging at better pitches in the strike zone.
And don't try to be a home run hitter. Billion. Three and one. There you go.
Yeah, nice at bat.
Every once in a while you get a real true example of a walk as good as a hit.
Well, there's one of those examples. Giants haven't gotten a whole lot out of the bottom of their lineup tonight. Here's an opportunity to set it up for the top.
Well, unfortunately for Daniel Susac, he's left some people on base tonight. He rarely has seen a box score where he's had a hat trick in strikeouts.
Going into his fourth at bat.
Here's the 1-0. Swing, got a minute. And a quick toss. Here's the 1-1. And it's down low.
Hey, when you're sitting on 3 strikeouts going to your fourth at bat with a 1-1 count, that's a great take. You're down 3 strikeouts going to your fourth at bat. You're protecting everything.
Yeah, I played for a guy that you know very well. That in this situation, he put on a hit and run.
Frank Robinson
Forced that hitter to really concentrate on putting the ball in play.
I think it's a good play.
And you got a guy in first that can run a little bit. You don't see the hit and run that much anymore.
I bet we've seen it less than 5 times this year.
Yeah. Three and two. Now, if the runner goes, it's not a hit and run because you don't want to force the hitter to swing.
Now, one thing, if you're going to run the runner here, you're betting on contact, and the guy sitting on 3 strikeouts, I don't know if they'll send him. Ooh, he was leaning.
He was leaning.
Kurtz is 6'5", 240.
Yeah. Runner goes. And a foul.
So Tony Vitello's cutting him loose.
You just read Gilbert's lips. He said, "What happened?" Well, don't trust that second baseman to tell you what happened.
Yeah. all you have to do is just take a quick peek when you're running.
Don't trust that guy. And Susak just barely stayed alive. That time, Gilbert was not running.
Yeah, he used all that bat. He looked like Larry Nibby with an extendo fork.
Yeah, on that cruise we went on.
Yeah.
3-2. And Gilbert goes. And they got him picked off. And they got him.
I think Suarez got one of the better moves he's seen all year.
Yes, I agree.
Well, I mean, you know, he's going on first movement. And this time he didn't have to ask what happened.
Here's the payoff. And it's we will head to the ninth. It's 3-1 Giants. Well, tonight in front of 40,043, the Giants are leading the A's 3-1, and Caleb Killian is going to come in as he will go after these A's here in the top of the ninth inning.
4 saves on the year and 5 opportunities. This is his 32nd appearance of the year.
Langeliers with a healthy rip. Langeliers walked in the first, and then he struck out and popped out. Big curveball is just a bit high. And a very high fly ball to left for Gilbert. 1 out. That was up there for a while, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what big bats do. That's a big out to get for Killian.
You watch. We're going to see that same 2 couple tomorrow, and they're going to have uniforms reversed.
Oh, I think that would be a cool idea.
And then it's going to confuse all of us. Here's Soderstrom, and he's got a base hit. No, yes, a base hit to left. His second hit. He can hit. I like him a lot.
Well, especially, you know, out over the plate away, and a very good high ball hitter, a very good left field approach. It's the type of swing that hits for average.
Here's Wilson. Wilson takes a strike.
Big two-seam movement at 97 miles per hour. That almost got Daniel Susak a little hand-tied.
He did, you're right. Jerked that one outside. It's a ball and a strike.
4-seam cut at 97. So you see 2 fastballs, identical velocity, one boring in on you, one cutting away.
Wilson, who walked in the 4th, it's the only 10th time this year that he's walked. Two and 2 on a fastball away.
Like he was hitting on roller skates.
2 balls, 2 strikes. One. That's it. Wilson was getting down the line. Maybe not would have turned 2, but they do get the lead out.
Well, it had to be a clean exchange. I mean, Adames has got the armor. He can add on and make up some ground, but it would have been a flat ground throw with no stride, so it would have been all arm. I don't know if he'd had enough on it to get him anyway. But the bobble prevented everything.
Yeah, he might have.
Yeah. It's hard to bet against his arm, even with a flat ground throw.
Here's Lawrence Butler. Butler pinch hitting. Butler is hitting under 200, but I think you can think about that right now. He's got power. He's got 5 home runs, 20 runs batted in. So here we go with 2 outs. And Wilson aboard at first. Giants still have a challenge. And so do the A's. Wilson's going to go. He does. And it's wide. It's 2-0.
You've got a 2-run lead, and you got a guy hitting 195. You have to make him swing the bat. And you've worked yourself into a big hole here. You got to challenge that.
I mean, Susak wanted a challenge, but then I think he jerked it back.
Well, that's, the advantage of us being able to see the box, and they don't have that advantage. So Justin Message going to come out with some encouraging words.
So here we go. Wilson's at second. Butler's at first. This is Henry Bolte. One ball and no strikes. Strike. See if the strike settles you down. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, he's throwing 2 breaking balls here. He hasn't used the fastball yet. And with a 1-1 count, he had a chance to do what he did. He started out in the inside corner, let the movement go out of the strike zone. From Bolte's perspective, that was a good take.
It's a perfect fastball. It's 2-2.
And he backdoors two-seam movement at high velocity. Yeah, you can't throw a better pitch than that.
Got him. And that's the ball game. His best breaking ball, the last pitch.
That is the best curveball he threw in the sequence. And he dug deep for that one. And what a nice win for this Giants team, taking game 1 from the A's.
Well, you got a long ball. You got great starting pitching. You got defense. You got a save. I don't know what more you could ask for.
Well, I just, they cleared a lot of air in that clubhouse today, and it was a good vibe. They had to go over a lot over the weekend, and they brought good vibe into this game, and Robbie Ray really took care of business.
So the Giants win game 1. They're now 3-1 against their rival, and we'll have another game tomorrow night, and we're looking forward to it. Final score, it's the Giants 3, the A's 1. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned. Toyota Giants postgame live starts right now.
Beautiful shot of the city there as the Giants are victorious tonight out at Oracle Park. Sure, they're not crosstown rivals anymore, but it doesn't hurt to have bragging rights against the Athletics. A heroic effort tonight by the southpaw Robbie Ray and a couple of key hits would get it done. The Giants win the series opener 3-1. Your final score.